Mrashebedweni adema Tamale ene ne mpotemu meka na meche north. Ade a ene wokokopie mu e Tamale Teaching Hospital. Na te se abra mrashebedweni kodru ho. Na wo hwe de wa wosifa afa ne ho kwakoye inspection ko check nneoma ba ku mienu bi. Are se ne mpotemu ono anwunidie wo ho. Ana se ne manfo eden ene ekoso hospitals awodra ewo mu ene tokopie mu e Tamale Hospital. No kono enye ono kwa ne kwa ene mo oni assistant road minister ene ekoye. Na we na kokoye impefiri mu ensra hwe omani na Obia ante se regional minister eba ehonom wo mu ya ne se kikim papa minta ena se wa ba be pie mu Tamale Hospital no koko pie mu ono busia na se treatment na kwa bibie wo ho akwese akolabone we wi ankwamu nam ne be pie ne so eyese ohun so function dodo mu so function ne tekra masi o ade emu ehye ti o me bi o fensie sa ena we ekokoko ye ya chese mentim wase bi ko pie mu ono we kan we aka wasem hwe yes indeed no kwase we busia asema ye raminta kan ni na be de pamefo aso but the only part of minjin to is impromptu visitation e ko so na face so no doctor ni a Oshasa ayabisabie ya pamo no enwo nkwa na tese mesumo problem wo so problem awo ho en say ebusua me no bebo asem ni mu inche mu but before say you be so no modern so be subscribe to channel no e dey amabe Joy TV Joy TV now face so no one like it no wa share no comment section no asem say oba na onte won asenya tim didie chiro ne obasa wo chiro na yakoya nim abusua for moving into the story Yera minta mrashebedweni edema Tamale ne Mpotem Northern Region. Endro ne assistant road minister kopie mu Tamale no mokoye no. Complaints e wo ne che say patients e ba yaresabia wo ne hwire omo nkwade are dying because say ayaresabia ne lake nyoma bebre. Meanwhile all these things hasn't been forwarded to the MP no papa minta odi ya wo hu bebre anamaka say na this one bebre e chere say how come so hospital as big as Tamale Hospital doesn't have water omuni nsuo equipment omo sha yarefo no very poor itiera miteko pie so saa no na akoye yaudie akasakasa bi epie mu ho ayera minta kire se da bi o na de na wo se ba ne saa adanti na wo se nyo bi sa akoso nti no se government provide nsuo a hospital kaklaka we mo agasa mu ntumi ntenanse nya bibi emfa mo enkrofo ena mu ma patients eba ho eba bewu titru ni theater ebiro ora theater na chese eya awe wo se we no obi adi nose mask abona we no obi adi nose mask abona chese kwashe magbi o obi si ne hwene a no say it's either something is smelling and now say ono kasa ena dey ahye no but this one utumi say 50% of omo woni na the nose mask aden atichiro omo that means say bibi ewo yenko ne yenko tie yewra minta and alfe yenhwe ne ekọ so ewo Tamale Hospital.
Call was made. The 4 vents were in use, so there was no extra vents anywhere to put the patient on. So that was the issue that kind of caused the delay. But all the resuscitation was done here. We called the ICU and they said they didn't have any vents available for the intubation. And at that point, there's really little that you'll be able to do without the intubation. So the patient was being bagged here until the patient could.
So when the patient go here, how many minutes did they get you to assess the patient?
Oh, within 10 minutes, because usually when you score red, you are immediately brought to the red zone. There is no situation where you have to delay. You are pushed straight to red. So as soon as you are tried red, you are brought in red.
And then, when did you communicate with the ICU when they told you they didn't have any vents available?
No, I think immediately we identified that the patient needed to have been intubated. The ICU call was made.
And they said they didn't have anything.
Yes, so there were no available vents.
So if somebody tells you that at the time they got to know that there was a patient like that, there was an available mobile vent, how will you take it as a man in charge here?
I mean, if there was an available mobile vent anytime, we would have used it. We see patients here all the time.
There's a bit of conflict between what you are telling us now and what they are also saying. So it is either an issue of lack of proper communication or there's a problem somewhere. Either it is an issue of proper communication or negligence or somebody's lying.
I mean, it's a straightforward case. Patient came, assessed, needed to be intubated. There's no vent at the emergency as we speak. There's no functional vent. So the next step is ICU. The call was made to the ICU.
And they said there was no.
They said there was no space. That was the communication we got.
They heard what Dr. Yakubu was saying. So we have a mobile vent there. And then they spoke to the ICU. The time that they came down to assess and then planned to bring the mobile vents down, that was the time that the patient arrested. So he probably had a stroke in addition.
So from his, I do not want to go first. No, go on.
I didn't get the impression that Prof is now creative with this narration up there.
But that's
That is
fine.
why I made
Let's leave it there.
I made the point that it may be negligence because clearly
That's fine.
If there was a mobile vent there at the ICU, maybe they could
If the communication was done at the right time and there was available mobile van, let's leave it at that. So let's leave it at that.
Come again?
How often do you get similar cases?
Occasionally it does happen.
That's what you should
Yes,
highlight.
occasionally it does happen. I think the way forward is for us to have the vents available at the emergency. And then this wouldn't have even happened because we could have intubated the patient without
So
needing
I
to call.
said what I'm going to say, I said it when I went up there at the ICU. You know, how you handle patients, even if the unfortunate happens, it gives them some kind of comfort. Okay? If the patient is brought, and you are looking for a certain approachment, and you've not gotten it. And then
Not to comment, but you see, if that communication wasn't done, whoever is making a case out of it wouldn't have even known. Because we make it a point, before we intubate the patient, the family must be informed that this is the next step that is needed. So there's no way somebody would have said that appropriate counseling wasn't done. Then how did we arrive at that point and we called the ICU? So that communication has been done. I don't know what's making the issue blow out of proportion, but there's no circumstance under which a patient will come, need intubation. Intubation, you need consent before you intubate. So there's no way we wouldn't have communicated with the patient relative. That was done. And we try as much as possible to discuss the prognosis of patients with patient relatives the moment they come, especially for the red zone, which we all know is high dependency. But I think the solution to this is simple. If there were available ventilators here, then we would have intubated the patients. And then this issue wouldn't have even sprung up. That's what I think. Because we have the capacity to have intubated the patient.
yeah, we all
within the
know the ideal situation, and we all know what must be done to solve the problem. But that doesn't mean that until we have the ideal situation, we should not be able to manage the situation.
Yes.
You understand? So that is why you are here. We don't have it here, but we have it at the ICU.
Yes.
The fact that we don't have it here doesn't mean that if there's an issue, your defense is that because we don't have it here, until we have it here,
No,
I mean nobody.
it's not a defense.
So don't put up that posture.
No, it's not a defense.
Please.
I'm also trying.
Don't put up that posture.
Yes.
Don't put up that posture. I'm telling you something, and you are insisting and resisting. Huh? Please.
If we have to resolve the problem, we have to be honest.
I'm saying
You
that
understand?
I've told you.
Because I also stated that.
How do you treat the person?
You should let him know. Even from a minister, can you imagine what you do with a common person?
I'm trying to explain.
Imagine how you do with a common person. That you do West things here. It means that you do West things here. I mean, even with your superiors, look at how you are arguing. But there's a problem. There's a problem here. So if a commoner comes here, can you imagine what you
How can somebody talk to this man here? How will he be able to communicate?
Student comes here, how will he deal with
There's a problem.
It's not just a near course or no. Because of water, ensure Shaniesi. Shaniasi. Debia na meka say Ghana yepe abane me. Pastor yankasa betu ye hu asiwa ye bibi. Dabi. We are expecting the government to do everything for us. Which and also affecting Ghana Medical Authority at the Kratabia Babonting. Say Akoya Yamra Shebejani Edema Tamale Nimpotem. Any assistant road minister, Eko Pio Omoso Hospital. No, it's not fair and yet. 2 arguments are caused on so no. And so 3 Dr. Ni Archer said Dr. Adams Atiku aya pamon and every hospital on your pamono because no or stress hospital no on to me momo mundio munin tia pamono. Ghana Medical Authority say it's wrong, so therefore they are demanding an apology, an official apology from the Member of Parliament for Northern Region and Alpha is also no Assistant Road Minister. They need an apology from them. Near a course, no be me who say can the papa mo. And now no hospital to be a bedel pami ko bi mo Ashanti region ya. Near my lights out. Their plans wasn't working. They were expecting the government to come and do something about because say it's a government hospital. So I was saying to myself, and you say, go be that theater. Would they say, yet not Sinchani and so light and sana. Jumedia be a cost hospital one out to one. No, it's high time my Ghana for my to watch it. We are becoming spectators too much. Yeah, sharp buying be or to say because you Nipa ewu Tamale because of poor equipment, water, issue. Nana sinba kumbo say mrebi ya momo de yellow gallon CB e kwose sensuo ba masa onipa ne ba akupa na nche say de bi o provide you. It's a doctor for the nurse for what to obetuma tell me say ba kokro po ni wo kitaka na nti no ade a che obetumi ne insuo gallon mienu agu ni boot aba be support adwuma hospital. Ghana for to da mama ye mendulo blongata ne nya adwuma kakra wo after 1 year no etete amu kekensi ne nya adwuma enkosi da ben na mo betwe yen aban ye mu anya papa kosi kwada ye no require gojo ago ye bibia ye poor. The government is not minding our VI or some government. You are destroying your own name. Oh, say, oh, go and cast a dear down soon. Go any mass. Where is or a patient new operation? Nice to sound so about no complaining. And I'm nice of what be no more so. El Bubueli Tiaka, so I'm not the DNA Tantaka. Meanwhile, my services are poor. Most ya change buying. What are you saying? Yenya shan say ya na ye wu keten say your life. And waste your time. Massa, Ghana Medical Authority, we are begging you. The one elbow ye ramintano. Fine, we copy your musu impromptu. Ebia, mo constitution man say, we mo law mo say entisa, ni say banasa. But enya banasa, abeto mo nim. The next step is find ways and means to solve that problem at the Tamale Hospital as it stands now. Not to be demanded, I would demand the apology. Apology go do what? Apology no more barrier than I said. What is the essence of that apology now? Moka say be apologize. For what? For what? This is the time I was say a health minister, sorry no more. Send the people said also musugu so. Now I say we are demanding an apology from Mr. Minta. Like for sacking Ora Adams. Minta say Penimpa with the hospital ano. Oh to me what issue? Water. da mo man kan okre ya kan okre it's not fine enya fe and obi ba hospital was so mo ba che no me wa mo need the necessary equipment mun chire but e wo law ni me Ghana constitution mu say patient ba hospital la you explain the yare no e kire ni wi a no wa chire mu enuama e hospital wa onipa ni be yan na nso mu ni bie ni e wo se be refer na to another hospital mo nka na mo de mo nka sa mo madwen fefa wona ni pe wu basa Masa, the original minister for nothing. Why? Here I mean, Tawakwa. Yamisha, so I'm going to you. You may dear see, yes, I make us a conflict and I say, yeah, problem, yeah, be. And my young citizens now say, patients were right to be a hospital. I was say, yeah, emphasize on it. No, boy, and this time around, no, Masa. Hospital near Banam equipment, no. And your papa be a monk can't say, near one year be a dear found. Near one year be a dear found. Mamma, my young mamma, down a monk of and you may be arena, chief from your operation, and from Belway and Panier, not a baby Yarian Kwa. Or be hospital, or was son away, so the malaria and acquire the fever may be fiade. Say, we demand an apology. I will shout for my Munsia Sena, Messas Aquaban, my baby draw in 7 moon. Esco at the Asom. My make out some message so I bring no way chidom at the press kitchen. And so it's a chidin and I can't get man on also son of Pibiana to say, your boko mini we are not as I'm what you know. Abba Bija. Me day the betty other part if you are at channel near JOEY TV, Joey TV. Into subscribe if I am like it, share, not comment or comment section. Ask you off a fair. Want to make up the other part new on the same channel.